Hey. Um, well, this is a great night. Um, I'm enjoying the weather indoors, if that makes any sense. It's really nice and warm and cozy where I am right now. And I have 3 candles in the background keeping me extra warm. And I just wanted to say hello to everyone, and I hope you guys are all doing great and are at home warm as well. So I just wanted to speak about something that is a very touchy subject for me, and I'll mention that it's touchy on certain levels, and why it's touchy because um, something that has to do with um, myself, my ancestors, the truth about this, and something that is not accepted by the government. Why it's not accepted by the government? Because there's a lot of lies. There's a lot of hidden agendas that the government keeps from the people, the truth from the people, because the truth can set you free, and the truth always sets you free. So this has to do with the ancient civilizations of the world and on Earth. I'm not going to bring up Atlantis or Lemuria or anything like that because I want to speak about the lands that are a witch of existence of today that are not spoken about. And there are many of you who are yoga teachers, yoga instructors, and you incorporate the Sanskrit and the Hindu morals, symbols, values, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And a lot of people from India, they believe that Sanskrit, the language, is the root of all Indo-European languages. However, this is not the case, and it's not the ultimate truth. If you go around and you do different types of research, or if you ask different cultures, many people will tell you that many different people will come out and say that Egypt was the first civilization, or Japan, or India, or China, or I don't know, the list goes on. There's so many cultures that will say that they are the ancient and the first civilization. But again, it's not the truth of the whole. It may be perhaps 20% to 40% of parts, a piece of the truth, but it's not the entire truth. And again, this is a very touchy subject for me, and this has to do with one of the videos that I created that involves me speaking like when I was 12 years old, or how I used to have heated debates with teachers and principals about what they teach in school, the history of the world, how all of it's bull crap, and that it's not the truth. And I always knew that I wouldn't use the word knew, but I always felt in my heart that it's not the whole big picture, and that there's a lot of lies. So if you forget, or if you just put it on the side, that what you know or what you've learned in school about what is the cradle of civilization or what is the first language, if you set this aside and you do your own research, you will find that the root of all languages, Proto-Indo-European languages, is actually in the center or the area of the Anatolians, and the tribes of which lived in the area. Therefore, most Indo-Europeans have come, the root is not actually from India, nor is it from nor is it the Nordic people or Norse you know. Um, but rather that the people from the area of the region of Anatolia went all around to Persia, um, to India, and all the way to Europe, traveled all the way around. And again, I'll say this, you will find that if you truly do your research, the symbols such as the Star of David, or you can find this in Judaism, you can find it in Hindu religions, or even before Hindu. There's a lot of different types of Indian faiths that come way before, that have these symbols, like the swastika and the tree of life and all this. You'll actually find that there were symbols created and made in the area of the Anatolian region and the tribes of the Anatolian people. So actually, the beginning of this year, of 2013, there is a yoga center here in Toronto, and I had shown documents that explains this and how it has to do with the Armenian people and the Armenian heritage. As I've mentioned before, Armenians were of a culture of nature worshippers, and their best friends were animals, and you can find it in the art, the dance, the music, the folk music, and the poetry. Mainly, most of the poetry and the divination of these shamanic lures are destroyed and changed and manipulated, but the civilization and the way of life has traveled all of Indo-Europe and all of the Indo-European cultures and civilizations. So what I'm trying to get at is all these people that are surrounded in these areas all have similar genes, and they all have, regardless of their ethnic background or what they believe is to be their ethnic background, they're all very much related. So I just feel like I needed to get that out. So I just, if you feel like, again, I mentioned in one of my few last videos about the healers and the teachers to take a rest from their work and how they feel. A lot of you feel that everything that you've learned up to this point isn't actually as correct as you thought it to be. And I also mentioned that everything you've learned is not a waste, but to continue learning, because you can incorporate your past work, what you've learned, into what you're about to learn and what you're going through right now to learn. So my goal here is, because I'm such a truth speaker, I believe in finding the truth, is for you guys to find this truth as well. I've met a lot of you who have a European background, be it Nordic or German, from German background, or to have questioned, like there's a gap in your family tree, or there's something that you can't find. And a lot of you have shamanic backgrounds, and a lot of you have a background in healing, and a lot of you have cleared your ancestral lineage. And as soon as you did is when we walked into each other's lives. And a lot of you have mentioned that once you have done that, you found your actual, like, the root. Yet there's something missing. So I just feel like when you do this research right now and you find the truth of what you are truly looking for, you'll know exactly what I'm trying to say. And I don't want to just come out and say what I want you guys to understand, because that's up to you. I can't make anybody understand something. unless they see it in their own experience and they understand it the way they're just the way they understand it. But I'm sure most of you already know what I'm talking about. um, it is really, really unfortunate that most of the divination of the Armenian culture has been destroyed due to the surrounding countries and the religions and the faiths. But because there was no such thing as religion back then, there was no such thing in those regions, in those areas. There really was no such thing as religion. And religion, as I've mentioned before, it started in Egypt. There was always faith, there was always solar gods, there was always different goddesses and gods, but there wasn't just one god. And religion has brought, that separation. And we can find that in the reign of Akhenaton. I think I'm saying it a little slightly wrong, but if you do a little bit of research then with him, when he was the pharaoh of Egypt, you will actually find that it was after when he had his opportunity to shine on the throne, there was that separation of the one God that was created after him, which was Judaism or Christianity and all that stuff. So much has been manipulated with religion. Not that I'm saying religion is a wrong thing or anything like that, but the world has had to experience separation so that we can unite, so that we can all understand what it's like to be in a separated level, and that we actually belong together, and that we are actually one, and we all come from one. So I could honestly talk about this forever, but it's not something that I feel I should do. Again, like I've said so many times, I'm not here to tell you guys how to do this and how to do that, because I don't consider myself a teacher, nor would I want to. But do your research, people. Find the truth. Again, the truth will set you free. Just because you read something in a book that was created by someone who is famous for no particular reason at all, we do not know why he's famous, does not necessarily mean it's the truth. Just like religion itself, it's only a part of the whole big picture. It's not the ultimate truth. And I mean this with all religions. It's not the ultimate truth. It may be part of a truth, but it's not the ultimate truth. And for those of you who are seeking enlightenment or awakening, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good evening, the rest of an evening here. It's 6:29 p.m. November the 18th where I'm at, and I will be making a few more videos in the next few days to weeks. And Have a good night.